Hey everybody, how are you guys doing today? We're going to look at another competitive match today. We're having SK Gaming going up against Fnatic, so two teams that have been around in the Heroes of the Storm scene for a very long time. They are clashing up against each other during the course of the GO4Heroes Tournament, and the map today is Dragonshire, so enjoy the match and I hope that you like it. Welcome to the match on Dragonshire at the GO4Heroes Tournament number 9. We have SK Gaming going up against Fnatic in this best of one. Starting to the left side, it is Araragi for SK Gaming in blue on Tychus, Zarmoni on Arthas. We have BZ playing Tacita, Linked Rhaegar, and Bakery playing Sergeant Hammer. To the right side of the map, their opponents. In red, Ace of Spades for Fnatic on Brightwing, Kesil on Uther. We have Freds on Muradin. Lowell is playing Thrall in this game, and Shinobu is playing Vala. Pretty interesting team comps that we have here with a double healer comp for Fnatic. They've been playing with those throughout the tournament so far. And then of course we had Rhaegar as the last pick as a healer for Team SK Gaming here. And this is going to be an interesting one. Araragi, actually a former player for the Fnatic team, and he is now playing for SK, and let's see how this game is going to go. Usually the meta on this map is that you have one hero at the top, one in the mid lane, and 3 down at the bottom lane, so that you can control those easy camps and the hard camp down there if you're winning your lane. Araragi in the back here, still waiting a bit. Apparently they don't want to reveal where he is. The problem that they're facing is that they are starting to lose out a bit on the experience at the top lane so far. There's probably going to be a rotation in just a few seconds. But down to the bottom lane, Bakery being attacked here and needed to move back. Still no hero at the top lane. That's a very interesting move that we are seeing from SK there. Maybe a few problems with the coordination. They didn't lose out on too much experience, but you can see that slight lead that we're having with experience for Fnatic there, and they are definitely going to be happy to take that. It's not a massive thing. I think they lost like 2 minion, 3 minion XP. That's about it, so it's not a big deal, but it's definitely there, and it's going to allow them to get their levels a bit faster, at least for now. But of course, in just a few minutes, this is going to change anyways. Rotations to the bottom lane are already ongoing, and there's that tri-lane that we've been talking about. We're having Rhaegar in this game since we're having a double healer comp for Fnatic, and Fnatic actually did pick Brightwing first, so they didn't go for Tacita, which is like one of those heroes that you see a lot of teams picking first these days, because they want to have the options to run him with a strong healer and then go for shield, healing ward, and all of those items. But in this case, it's not happening. Fnatic very fond of the Brightwing first pick. They love that hero. It's a very strong hero indeed, but they're pushed back now. And of course, if you are running a Thrall in your composition, then oftentimes you really want to make sure that Tacita is part of the lineup, since with him you can get that shield in and those heals. Araragi in the mid lane is trying to get the Dragon Knight, and this might actually happen. Both of the shrines are under the control of them, and they get it! They get it! The bottom shrine just a bit too late taken by Fnatic, and SK Gaming with the Dragon Knight 2 minutes in already starting to walk towards that wall. Kesil was just too low, and with Link moving in on his hero, there was very little that he could do there. So very well done in this case. I mean, at this point, we're having Araragi already in a very nice position to do damage against the wall. He's moving down to the bot lane now, just rotating it together with the rest of the team towards the tank. The top lane is where we still have the experience soaked by both teams. We have that typical rotation against a Dragon Knight with 3 heroes trying to defend against him, and the other 2 trying to hold the lane experience, which is very important if you don't want to fall too far behind. But we have now 2 of the towers taken out. The entire wall at the bot lane is taken apart, and once the wall is gone, the next target is the well. And don't underestimate how much presence on the map you lose once that well is down. You won't be able to move in, and that was already a nice move here, making sure that they couldn't just like move back, get the mana up, or like jump to another lane. Very well done by Bakery, moving them back here. A bit of additional experience now in the hands of SK. They're playing a very strong early game here, and once again the pressure down to the bot lane, where of course also with the talents that we're going to have a closer look at right now, are coming into play. One of the reasons why we are seeing Rhaegar a bit more often these days is that he has a healing ward on level 1, the healing totem, which is exactly the same skill basically. Healing ward also now on Tacita, so we have a double healing ward for SK Gaming. We're currently seeing double protective shields taken on Brightwing and on Uther, and therefore against Burst they are going to be set up in a very strong position. It's going to be very easy for them to keep someone like Lowell alive, at least if those two healers are doing their job well. At the bottom lane, what's also very noticeable is, of course, that in this particular case, the tank is going for that range, for all those range attributes, which is going to help them just like push this in, take those walls down, go straight also down here for the well, and up to the top we are having for Lowell Envenom being used, battle momentum. Vala is going to take the same talent here, going for Arsenal and the range increase on multi-shot on level 1. So Vala using exactly that multi-shot build that we've been talking about so much in the recent past. We're also having now an Envenom on the side of SK Gaming, where we are seeing Arthurs with this particular skill. And the teams are starting to not only take those camps, but we are seeing rotations that are attempting to take one of the heroes down. And Frats is going to try and jump in, lock Zarmoni down, but he already knows that something's going on. Heroes are missing on the map, he doesn't know where they are, and he might try to... Ooh, they're going in, and there's the stun! Oh, yes, Zarmoni might not make it here. No, he's not. Very well done. Lowell coming in from the top and from the bottom then. Muradin and Vala jumping in. So job well done. They get that kill, the first kill in the game. But we might see them lose one of their Siege Giant camps down to the bot lane, where 4 heroes of SK Gaming are rotating in to take it, and that will put additional pressure onto the bottom lane that has already to deal with 1 Siege Giant camp. And that's of course very good timing for SK, since we have the shrines coming up for another Dragon Knight, the well already taken out, Bakery in position to move the opponent, to push them back, and we are having that fort under a lot of pressure. The camps have been taken, Frats is jumping in with a Dwarf, is hitting that Storm Bolt, but with the Polymorph and Ace of Spades and the Thrust is activated, Bakery moves back. The level 10 talent just a few seconds faster for SK Gaming than it is for their opponent. Ancestral Healing, of course, the heroic ability that we're seeing on Rhaegar. No other choice in this case for them. With a single healer, you want to have that burst heal, and it's going to keep the heroes alive for a long time. Both shrines now in the hands of SK. Once again, the blue team doing quite well here. KSL, Frats and Shinobu are protecting the mid lane, whereas the rest of the team is of course trying to look maybe for a kill there. Oh, nice Sundering being used. Araragi is being dropped right away. Shinobu with the Rain of Vengeance dropped him. Very well done. That stun lockdown that we saw. And that now allows them to just move at least one of their heroes to a lane to capture a shrine and deny Dragon Knight to SK. And also very, very important kill. Relieves some of the pressure that they were experiencing. And they have at the top lane now Brightwing taking the shrine. Lowell is moving in. They're trying to go for a stun. Bakery zigzagging it out there. But in comes Zarmoni with a lockdown of the Howling Blast. And this game is starting to shape up to be pretty intense. Level 11 versus level 11 now. We're having Linked. Linked is just like trying to find out if maybe somebody is hiding in that bush. But as you can see, most of those guys are taking the Bruiser camp that we're seeing over here, which is now revealed in this case. So they know what's going on. Farsight has been used on Rhaegar to make sure that they know where the opponent is positioned. The top lane, we have Ace of Spades versus Zarmoni. Brightwing is just, what is he actually like doing? Every single time you see him like firing one of his spells, it looks like he's spitting at his opponent. And that is just a very rude hero in general. A very bad-mannered hero. I mean, like, I can understand Tychus if he moves in with his Gatling and just like it shoots you down. He announced that right from the beginning that he doesn't like Low. But Brightwing spits at people. Like, what is wrong with you to do that? I mean, this guy, Brightwing is just like weird. That hero is just wrong on so many levels, I don't even know where to begin. If you have heard his voice, then you know that something is definitely wrong. BZ is also in the wrong spot here. He's dropped by the 4-man rotation that we're seeing for Fnatic, where a quick Rain of Vengeance locked him down. He was actually very, very close to escaping there. But the 3rd kill now for Fnatic and 0 kills for SK. But they got 1 Dragon Knight already. The problem is that this did not do them as much good as they were hoping for. And now they're starting to lose the bottom wall. That is being pushed in as we speak. And up there, Zarmoni is waiting on Arthurs to maybe get a lockdown chance. But the top lane is still being pushed. It's the 3 versus 4 at the bottom lane. Araragi is pushing Ace of Spades back. Down here, we have 2 heroes just waiting. Even if Zarmoni moves in, like, what is he hoping to accomplish here? They're rotating already, and Zarmoni realized that this is a very, very bad idea. Uh-oh, they see him, and yeah, he has to run away. That Siege Shrine camp over here could be something that they're going to try and take. But now we have the bottom shrine taken by Bakery, who has the hammer in position. And the rotation to the top, our Ragi is their target, but he knows that something is going on there. And with both shrines now in the hands of SK Gaming, Fnatic has to move back. They need to deny that Dragon Knight if they want to run with the advantage that they have. 13 talents for both teams. Here comes the Army of the Dead. Zamoni is using it. Healing Water in a bad spot. Doesn't do anything right now. Not in the fight itself, but Lowell is already low. No pun intended. And now he's even shrink rate. He's trying to run away. The healer's trying to keep him alive. He gets away. Shinobu jumping out as well. Kaysil is low too. There comes the Sundering. It might save Uther at least for now. Another nice stun by Frets, and they all get away just barely. Or do they? Our Ragi with another shot, and Kaysil just moved out in the last second. The Dragon Knight in the hands of SK Gaming. A nice escape by Fnatic, but they lose Dragon Knight. Have to go back to heal up at the well or going straight for a TP, and that also costs them the fort in the mid lane. Very, very well done here by SK. They didn't get a kill on the heroes yet, but it's the second Dragon Knight that they were able to capture on this map, and they are doing very well with their rotations. That fight that we saw was exactly what they needed, and it already won them. Not only one fort, but they're dropping a second one now too. Experience is still very, very similar. Top lane, Brightwing is going up against Tychus again. It's both of them going toe-to-toe, but Araragi really wants to take Ace down. Doesn't get him though, and the four-man formation that we see to the bot lane was making sure that Zamoni didn't get too much out of the Dragon Knight after taking down that fort, which was probably more than enough for him. But yeah, we see the rotation at the top lane where our Ragi seems to be once again the target, and this time it looks like there's no chance. Sundering being used for the initiation and an easy kill against Tychus. They get that, 4 kills against 0. And of course by now those kills are going to become more important. Reason is quite simple. As the game continues, we are seeing like higher death timers once those heroes die, and by now we are looking at 30-40 seconds for the heroes that go down, and that of course opens up quite a lot of presence that you have on the map, and that can be used to take another fort down and gain experience, which is exactly what Fnatic is doing now. They take the top fort, there is no resisting, and they might be able to, thanks to this, get the level 16 talent a bit faster, or at least in time to compete with SK Gaming. Bottom camp has been taken, and that's something that SK Gaming has been done and be doing in this game very well. We have them with a lot of talents here taken early, and also of course those additional camps now pushing in, which is great for them. A full Wind Fury build for Thrall, by the way. No spell shield or anything, doesn't need it in this case. Blood for blood on Vala, and at the same time, as you can see, we have double Stone Skin taken. Once again, we have the wall at the bottom pushed by 2 camps and the tank in the back, trying to utilize that as much as they can. And in this particular situation, Fnatic is being pushed back once more. These setups that we're seeing for SK are great, and they are moving back now that the mercenary camps are about to be gone. Very well done here. So a nice push by SK. They get the wall, they do as much damage as they can, and now it's time for Fnatic to capture their own camps, which they really need to do. Especially, of course, since we're going to see another Dragon Knight activated very, very soon in the game. Only 26 seconds until those shrines are back and powered up, and camps are taken all over the place. Bruiser camp to the left. SK is grabbing it. Up here, we should see Fnatic in that position already. There comes that far side again, and they're taking it maybe a bit late. That could be a very, very bad situation for them. A bad spot. There we have the attempt. They are too late. And are they fighting for it? They are! And here comes the Raid of Vengeance and the Sundering. So much stun coming out. Uther stun coming in as well. But there's an Odin and an Archon just pushing them away and doing so much work. They don't have a lot of DPS compared to SK, and the camp has been stolen by SK Gaming. If you are up against Odin and Archon, you know that you better run. This is like one of those combinations where we in the past have seen a lot of Bloodlust being played. Odin and Archon was like the Bloodlust comp, but it's a talent that is not used by a lot of teams these days. Just because Bloodlust you can always dodge Bloodlust, and especially if you're looking at a pick and ban phase in a tournament, with just having Zeratul in there with a Void Prism, or even Zagara with a Maw, you can always try to negate that to a certain extent, move away from your opponent, wait it out, and move in again. something that with Ancestral Healing is a lot more difficult to pull off, of course. And now Freds, Shinobu, the entire Fnatic team defending again a wall. They are being pushed back this entire game, even though they get the kills. With all that pressure that we see from SK, they still didn't get a single kill. They lost 4 heroes in the game. We had the rotations from Fnatic just being spot on, dropping single targets on the map. But in this case right now, it might cost them another Dragon Knight, or will it? Bottom lane is being taken by Aragi, but he is a bit too slow on that, because up at the top, Kseil is making sure that there's no more Dragon Knights, at least for now, for SK Gaming. Level 17 versus 17. We're having 3 heroes in the middle for Fnatic, and of course the 2 healers are going to rotate down here very, very soon. But Zamoni and BZ already in position. Odin and Arkan are going to be up again in just a few seconds. Only 3 remaining on the cooldown. Same for the avatar that we are seeing for Muradin, being played by Freds here, of course. They are laying their trap. They have been spotted. Araragi with the Odin, but he goes down. No, yes he does. Their kill is there. All or most of those heroics already used. Sundering, not yet. He could use it. Where's Thrall? Does he go for Sundering? No, he does not, at least not yet. Ace of Spades goes straight for the Emerald Winds. What about Thrall? Saves his heroic ability for now, and so does Muradin. But they got the kill. They're really hating on Tychus here, moving in every single time to get that, and now they're about to grab the shrine at the bot lane, and that will keep both of the shrines under their control, so they can move into the middle and try to grab the Dragon Knight. Tacita is moving to the top, so it needs to be denied, at least for now, but yeah, he's a bit too late. Tacita is already there, grabbing it, so we're going to see once again that split in shrines, and the move to the top to try and catch one of those heroes out. Zamoni is using the Howling Blast already, but Freds is jumping in, missing his Stormbolt. No, actually, he hits the Stormbolt. Hits the Stormbolt, tries to go in for that. Lowell still has Sundering up, but he doesn't use it yet. If he could get a chance to use that Sundering just like once more to stun a hero out, that would be great. But by now, Tychus is back. Tychus is back, Ace is grabbing the top shrine, and that is putting both shrines under the control of the red team again. There we have the middle activated, and this is going to be a 5 versus 5 in the mid lane, at least if they want it. They can fight here. It's level 18 versus level 18, and looking at the talents that we are seeing here, both teams going for a lot of sustain. Double Stone Skin, double First Aid on the side of Fnatic, the double Healing Ward, of course, huge. And then for, sorry, SK Gaming that is, of course. For Fnatic, we're having double Healer, we are having a Protective Shield twice. And that is giving them a lot, especially with the Frostwolf Resilience on Thrall, giving him a lot of HP as well. Yeah, that camp here already taken, and it's something that SK cannot deny them. They cannot fight for this, at least not now. Having both teams just trying to angle for a slight advantage that they can use to grab a Dragon Knight, or at least get a kill there. Especially Fnatic has been doing very well with the rotations on the map to kill targets like Tychus, high priority targets with not a lot of HP. They have the stun to do that. First of all, we have Sundering that can be used, the Stormbolt on Muradin. Then again, we have also the 2 stuns that we are seeing from Kseil's Uther with the heroic ability being another option. And don't forget about Vala with the Rain of Vengeance that we've seen several times right now. Freds and Shinobu, they're moving down to the bot lane again, since SK has done a very good job in this game controlling those camps. And especially the bottom camp has been under their control several times already. And that's where Lowell, of course, and the rest come into play. They need to move back. Whoa! Not quite sure what happened there, if you guys saw that as well, but holy cow, what kind of lightning was that? That definitely flashed me. Not sure what that was, but once again the steal against the camp. SK is doing very well with that. I mean, they steal the hard camp once more, and that's quite something. At the top lane, they go for the shrine, and actually with the rotations that we're seeing from Fnatic now, that puts them in a very bad spot, because now they are suddenly the ones that have to defend the mid lane. 2 shrines under the control of SK Gaming puts the Dragon Knight within their grasp, and they just need to win that fight right now. 19 versus 19, that's the levels that we're having here. Brightwing isn't jumping in just yet, but he needs to make that happen soon. The problem is he also needs to defend against those 2 waves, and he can't really do that. They're gonna lose a lot at the top lane. All SK has to do now is trying to make sure that they are well, at least for now, delaying this for as long as they can. Once again, Bakery with a hover mode here on his siege tank. And there we go, they're initiating it. Here comes the Sundering and both ults, all of the stun ults are out. But Bakery gets away, they don't get a single kill. Here comes the heal for Zamoni. Maybe a bit too fast to use that ancestral healing here. Odin and Arkan pushing everybody back, and Bakery is gonna get the Dragonite right here. Oh my god, that is the third Dragonite for them. And this is getting dangerous, very dangerous. The level 20 is going to hit any second now for SK. There it is already, and the top lane has been pushed in by the camps. Now the mid lane is under pressure. The keep about to be taken out. Still no 20 for Fnatic, but they need to fight. They get their talent now and they use it immediately. Not a big advantage for SK, but they have that Dragonite, and that in itself is already a big lead. So he's trying to drop that keep, of course. I mean, what else would he do there? A lot of mobility now with the additional bolts on the side of Fnatic. Can they use that to maybe get out in the last second? They're trying to drop Beezy here. They're going in, doing a lot of damage. Moving back. Frets is low. Frets needs to be careful. He is just barely able to get away, and they push the Moni in, and that ancestral healing was way too loud. The keep is down, but one hero down. Do they get more than that? Here comes a good Rain of Vengeance. At least the first wave hit full on. Frets, can he Stormbolt Araragi again? Yes, he can. And here comes finally that ancestral healing to help him out, but Bakery is still very low. Whoa, nice dodging that punt. Bakery is not hitting that. He's not playing in the Super Bowl today. But as long as they can save the Sergeant Hammer, I guess they're going to be fine here. And with only one kill that they got in this last encounter, that keep is still not worth killing only one hero. So 6 kills against 0, but the better position once again for SK Gaming. They're playing a very good game here. Araragi, Bakery, they're moving in and trying to take the siege camps now. Again, gaining map control. Trying to gain the map control at least. And to the top lane, Shinobu is making sure that they at least push this one back for a bit. Another Siege Giant camp has been taken down here now. And this game is actually getting like extremely close now. We are 20 minutes in, which means that the objectives are going to become more and more important, since a single Dragonite at this point could potentially end the game. We also have another fort down to the bottom lane. It does have basically like no hit points, but it's still there. That would maybe push Fnatic onto level 21 if they get it, but so far they still have to make sure that they are getting, well, any kind of objective in that game. Not a single hero died for them, but they are just not able to run with the advantage when they are killing one of SK's members. They don't get the chance, and that's a big problem that they're having. They were able to take down Tacita earlier in this fight, but that didn't really do them any good, did it? Frets is jumping in again. He could go for a stun. There comes Lol already on his Thrall, trying to use him here. And there they go, jumping in. The stun's already there. Araragi is stunned down, and they kill Rhaegar as well. And without the healer, Zamoni is in trouble, but also Brightwing eliminated. And Kasil has to run back. Bakery in the back is doing so much damage, but does it matter? It doesn't look like it does. No, Uther goes down. Oh, it's a 4 versus 2. Maybe they can get Bakery. The thrusters are gonna be gone in just a few seconds. 22 seconds on the shrines, and this should put a Dragonite into the hands of Fnatic. They take the fort, they're moving in to take the tower as well, and Bakery needs to be very careful. Just one stun and he might go down here. Shinobu is very low in mana on the other hand, and Lowell doesn't have too many hit points either, but of course Thrall has that self-heal with the Frostwolf Resilience. With another 20 seconds on the timer for those heroes, we're having both already moving to the top, to the bottom, grabbing those shrines. Bakery is the only one who can maybe for now deny that Dragonite, but can he really pull that off? I mean, 6 seconds, 5 seconds in the mid lane, that's why we already have Shinobu and he's just waiting, but Bakery is going to go in there. Look at that range, look at that insane range that he's currently having on that talent. And yep, there comes Lowell and Frets, and they're going to try and jump him. They're going to try and jump him, and it's going to be Dragonite. Oh my god, Bakery gets it again. Wow, look at Shinobu's hit points. And they get it. They can deny Dragonite. Oh my god. They actually deny the Dragonite. That range, that 20 talent is amazing for Sergeant Hammer. I mean, the advanced Lava Strike, that range on this just saved them, because the Dragonite would have not ended the game, don't get me wrong, but it would have done a lot of damage. It would have been able to at least take a fort and probably also a keep. And bottom lane is again taken by SK. This time no Steelerinos up to this particular camp. This time it's actually getting being taken by Fnatic. And Fnatic is of course now pretty angry. They want to go and move in for that. Let's have a quick look at the damage. The hero damage, Bakery with 65,000 against 51,000. And here comes the siege damage. By the way, talking about siege damage, the bottom lane is being attacked once more, as we are currently seeing SK moving in and trying to just like take down another keep. They don't get that though. They don't get the keep. Look at that stun! That Divine Hurricane is just such an amazing ability, but they couldn't capitalize on it. Kesel is more running away than anything else. And we have another keep about to go down. The nuke is hitting as the big red button on Odin is activated. And Ace of Spades is pushing everybody out. Freds, all of them are trying to just like drop SK members. But the first two kills, oh my god. Brightwing down, Uther down, Vala down. And after killing the keep with this lead, they are going straight for the core. Fnatic is about to lose this game as SK Gaming takes down the core in this best of one series. LoL is not going to be able to prevent it. GG! And SK Gaming advancing to the next round of the GO4Heroes Tournament.